What's shaking, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Belinda Carlisle as we continue through Runaway Horses, 1989. We are into the latter phase of the album now. Thank you as always to Phil. And the next song is Valentine. Just that, Valentine. It's a single word title, of course. Valentine's and Valentine's Day, St. Valentine's Day, technically is in the modern era related to romantic love and gestures of affection and recognition of those types of relationships. It is, of course, celebrated and understood differently in different places, but I would guess this relates on some level to someone being the narrator's Valentine. Now that could be about heartbreak and, a breakup or a former relationship. It could also be as rosy and flowery as it sounds, but I would expect maybe more likely it will be complicated or there'll be difficult feelings. Indeed, if you ever experienced your own St. Valentine's Day massacre, which is, I don't know, maybe a reference I shouldn't make. There was like a mob-related shooting in I think it was the 1920s, and it was called the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. In any case, if you had been broken up with or had a very sad memory associated with Valentine's Day, it might be complicated as it came back around again, even if you ended up in another relationship. So all this is pure speculation, probably none of it being relevant. Let's listen. This is Belinda Carlisle. The song is Valentine, and it's from her 1989 album Runaway Horses.
Valentine.
That has sort of like a East Asian feel to it. But okay, lyrically, I do think it is a little more complicated. It sounds like she is not, or the guy is not her Valentine currently, but I'm not sure if like she's never been with him, but like wants to be in that way with him, and she's trying to convince him, and sort of biding her time, or trying to find the right moment to get his attention, or indeed for him to look her way. And there is reference to Valentine flowers and hearts, and sort of the trappings, and frankly the commercialism of the holiday as it is understood and celebrated in the modern era. But yeah, like it sounds like he's got somebody else, and I just don't know if she's still pining for the guy she's never had, or if maybe they were together before, but now he's with someone else, and she's still trying to say like, hey, but no, like, this is the connection that you should want and that we should still have. But yeah, I enjoy her vocal delivery. There was some like tremors. It didn't feel like full like proper vibrato. It felt like she was deliberately like quivering or tremoring her voice. I don't know if tremoring is actually a conjugated verb, but yeah, it was like a very distinct and like atypical vocal performance in that specific attribute. But yeah, I enjoy the the power like pop feel of the song, and definitely there's a melodic richness to the tune. And again, I think her voice sounds good, and the meaning is one that I'll have to re-listen to, and obviously if people have insights, let me know. But yeah, again, I like her solo music is really cool. And it's interesting because when we went through the Go-Go's and then started with the Belinda material, again, thank you to Phil, I didn't know how much it would sound like that kind of new wave rock sound of the Go-Go's, or how much she'd kind of stake out in a different direction. And there's definitely been some variety, but definitely more of like a emotional drama feel to the solo Belinda material, at least as I've experienced it thus far. So yeah, it's definitely distinct. It's less like the Go-Go's material and than maybe I would have thought. Now I get it. By this point, 89, it's multiple years forward in time, and musical trends and production techniques and so on evolve. So whatever someone might be doing several years earlier, that may or may not relate to what they're doing years after that. But either way, it's something I've had on my mind as we've gone through the solo Belinda material. Let me know what you think of the tune, and Luca and I will see you next time. Peace.